Good evening, and welcome faculty, alumni, current members, initiates, and esteemed guests. My name is Ariel Cavledge, and I have the honor of serving as this year's president of the Rho Alpha Kappa chapter of Chi Sigma Iota. Our 2019-2020 Executive Board would like to thank you for joining us for Chi Sigma Iota's new member initiation ceremony. We are excited to be welcoming our 40 new initiates into the Rho Alpha Kappa chapter. Our new initiates are being recognized for their dedication to promoting scholarship, research, professionalism, leadership, advocacy, and excellence within the counseling community. They have also achieved high attainment in their pursuit of academic and clinical excellence in the profession of counseling. Our chapter believes that in addition to supporting the professional development of our members, we have a commitment to demonstrating advocacy within our community. We strive to raise awareness for mental health and wellness, social justice, and the role of the counseling profession. We pursue this ambition through collaboration within the profession and the development of community partnerships. Before we continue with the ceremony, we would like to take a moment to thank those individuals who have had a profound impact on our chapter. To begin, I would like to recognize this year's Executive Board: Vice President Kelly Watkins, Treasurer Julio Rangel Olage, Marketing Chair Emily Salomon, Membership Chair Joel Turnquist, and Secretary Zoe Bond. We would also like to thank our Executive Board's past president, Sergio Blanco. His efforts as president laid the groundwork for tonight's event, and we are so grateful for his dedication to our chapter. We would also like to recognize the faculty. We appreciate the continued support you show our organization, and it is an honor to have you be able to watch our students grow. We would like to acknowledge the family, friends, and other loved ones that have supported our initiates throughout their journeys toward becoming professional counselors and counselor educators. Lastly, it is essential that we thank our chapter faculty advisors, Dr. Melissa Fickling and Dr. Dana Isawi, for their continued guidance and commitment to our chapter. We will now move into the membership oath. Candidates' applications have been reviewed and acted on favorably by the International Office of Chi Sigma Iota and the Executive Committee of this chapter. We are pleased to present these candidates as worthy of membership in this chapter and the International Honor Society. Membership in the Society will have special meaning to each of you. The common meaning, however, will be the same. You are dedicating yourself to continued excellence in both scholarship and counseling practice. As such, you ascribe to high standards of performance in all that you do. On this occasion, you are asked to publicly declare your commitment to striving for high standards of scholarship and clinical practice. If you will accept the rights and responsibilities of membership embodied in the bylaws of the Society, please answer "I will" on the hyperlink. Further, you are asked if you are willing to continue encouraging excellence in the professional settings in which you work. If so, please answer "I am" on the hyperlink. Finally, you are asked if you will support and encourage the members and activities of this chapter and society through personal involvement in their professional programs. If so, please answer "I will" on the hyperlink. Congratulations and welcome to the Rho Alpha Kappa chapter of Chi Sigma Iota Counseling and Academic Professional Honor Society International. We will now recognize each new member. Dr. Melissa Fickling will be able to distribute certificates and pins in the fall semester. Sadamini Agarwal. Sada Mini completed their first year in the clinical mental health counseling program at NIU. They aspire to continue education and enroll in a doctoral program. Their dream would be to work in an academic setting, either in a leadership position or as faculty. Sada Mini is excited to be able to work with families, couples, and young adults. Amy and Zach. Amy recently finished their first year of graduate school in the clinical mental health counseling program and is very excited to become a future counselor. Amy hopes to work with adolescents and adults in the future. Amy would also like to work with individuals dealing with depression, anxiety, and eating disorders. Sandra Bednars Peterson. Sandra is a doctoral student in the Counselor Education and Supervision program. Sandra has been pursuing this degree for 3 years and recently completed their coursework. Sandra is currently employed as a licensed clinical professional counselor in private practice. They hope to work with training interns and counselors in training in non-for-profit settings. Natalie Biddle. Natalie is a first-generation college student from their undergraduate to their graduate level. Natalie is a first-year school counseling student. Their career goals include working with high school students who have difficulty in school but want to go to college. Natalie hopes to help them overcome obstacles toward college goals despite academic challenges. Kelsey Boyd. Kelsey recently completed their first year studying clinical mental health counseling. Kelsey would like to specialize in art therapy and prefers to work with adult populations. Precious Bradley. Precious is currently working toward a Master of Science in Education, specializing in clinical mental health counseling, and will graduate in May of 2021. Precious currently has a certificate in trauma-informed counseling and in health education. Precious' next move is to pursue a PhD in maternal and children health and specialize in perinatal and infant mental health. Chloe Carlson. Chloe finished their first year in the clinical mental health counseling program and is interested in equine assisted therapy. Chloe also hopes to work with at-risk youth. Seema Chopra. Seema has completed their second year as a graduate student in the clinical mental health counseling program. Seema hopes to work with children and adolescents within the Latino population. Seema's goal is to promote self-awareness on multiculturalism and social justice and make a difference in our community for the wellness of our people. Sierra L. Dancy. Sierra is a native from Chicago, Illinois. Sierra received a BS in psychology at Northern Illinois University, is a member of Tau Sigma and Psi Chi of NIU, and serves as a behavioral health counselor at Northwestern Medicine Hospital. Sierra is the mother to 4 lovely children and a wife to their amazing husband of 10 years. Sierra is on the clinical mental health track and is set to graduate from the program this coming December. As an aspiring counselor, it is Sierra's goal to provide services to families and individuals who reside in impoverished communities where mental health services and knowledge is inadequate. Sierra is dedicated to providing knowledge, dismantling stereotypes and myths about mental health, and providing exceptional services. Melissa Downey. Melissa is a 26-year Illinois Army National Guard veteran and a mother of 2. Melissa has finished off her first year in the clinical mental health track and plans to specialize in trauma and work with veterans. Melissa plans to obtain a licensed clinical professional counselor credential and aims to start a doctoral degree in the future. Shara Zazie Dyson. Shara Zazie recently finished their first year as a PhD student in counselor education and supervision and serves as a part-time career practitioner in career services. They aim to continue their research in counseling with a focus on Black women and people of color. teach counseling practitioners, and see clients in a clinical setting. Annalise Farina. Annalise recently finished their first year, specializing in clinical mental health counseling. They are interested in studying trauma in adolescents. Alexis Foster. Alexis finished their first year studying counseling for clinical mental health. They would like to work in a hospital or office setting. Rachel Giordano. Kyle P. Goodwin. Kyle P. Goodwin is a doctoral student in the Counselor Education and Supervision program starting their second year. Kyle is a mental health counselor in North Aurora and enjoys working with individuals of all ages, especially military veterans. As a military veteran and a Black American male, he hopes to assist his communities through education, counseling, and eliminating stigmas involving mental health. His future is to become an educator within higher education and practice adventure-based counseling. Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson just completed their first year of the clinical mental health counseling program. Jordan hopes to ultimately work with adolescents and young adults who identify as LGBTQ+ and/or people of color. Jordan is really excited to work in and give back to both communities as a professional counselor. Isis Hernandez. Isis just finished up their first year in the clinical mental health counseling track. In the future, Isis hopes to be a licensed professional counselor working with diverse individuals. Jessie Hubner. Jessie completed their second year as a doctoral student pursuing a PhD in counselor education and supervision. Jessie's education and experience in this program will support her work in the field as a clinical supervisor or as a professor in a counseling program. Jessie hopes to encourage collaboration, support, and understanding of offender treatment, promoting the belief in change and highlighting the role of offender treatment in abuse prevention. Cassandra Kavanaugh. Cassandra completed their second year of the Counselor Education and Supervision doctoral program. Their research interests include cultural immersion and multicultural counseling competencies, accommodations for people with disabilities, strengths-based supervision, and mentorship programs. Their future goals include teaching and supervising the current and next generation of counselors in training in a faculty position. Joanna Kenyon. Joanna recently completed their first year in the counseling program with a specialization in school counseling. Their future goals are to work at East Aurora High School as a counselor and to work with underprivileged students at the school. Joanna's ultimate goal is to attempt to create a division inside East Aurora School District that has counselors assigned to one or two schools to assist in the social, emotional needs of the youngest children in the district. Brianna Keating. Brianna is now in their second year in the clinical mental health counseling program. Brianna's goal is to work with adolescents in the foster care system, group home development. Kevin Cusey. Kevin is a doctoral student in the Counselor Education and Supervision program, a licensed clinical professional counselor in a school counseling setting, and instructs master's counseling students. Kevin looks forward to the completion of his doctoral degree. Sarah LeDuc. Susie Lee. Susie finished their second year in the clinical mental health counseling program. They are interested in working with postpartum families and with early infant loss and miscarriage. Susie hopes to one day open a private practice and pursue their PhD. Susie has a background of working with breastfeeding mothers. Araceli Lopez. Araceli has been studying school counseling for 2 years. Araceli hopes to work with diverse populations and is working to be a great school counselor for all youth. Michaela Manzella. Michaela finished their first year of the school counseling program. They want to work with high school students. More specifically, they want to break down the stigma of mental health and make it more commonly talked about to support and educate students, teachers, and administrators within the school. Miles McGee. Miles McGee is in their second year of the clinical mental health counseling track and is currently president of the NIU Counseling Association. After graduation, Miles plans to work with children and adults with a variety of different mental health concerns, but specifically those with social anxiety disorder. Conduct research to further advance this area and build a community of more Black counselors. Miles would also like to obtain their licensed clinical professional counselor credential and work in private practice. However, Miles would like to reach beyond those walls and work closely with the needs of their community. Lizzie Mitchell. Lizzie is in their second semester of their first year of the clinical mental health counseling program. Lizzie's future goals include achieving their licensed clinical professional counselor credential and working with aging adults. Giselle Navarro. Giselle is a doctoral student in the Counselor Education and Supervision program. Previously, they earned a Bachelor of Arts in Applied Psychology with high departmental distinction from the University of Illinois at Chicago in 2007. Giselle graduated from the University of Chicago with a Master of Arts degree in Social Service Administration, specializing in clinical school social work in 2009. They completed an addictions counseling program at Waubonsee Community College in May of 2017 and became a certified alcohol and drug counselor. Giselle has experience counseling adults with severe mental illnesses and substance use disorders, which is their area of specialization. Currently, they work as a counselor specialist at NIU's Counseling and Consultation Services Office, leading the provision of substance-specific assessment, education, counseling, interventions, and referrals. Leah Nolan. Leah finished their first year of the school counseling program. They hope to become a school counselor in the Northern Illinois area and work with the high school population. Celia Owens. Celia finished their first year of the clinical mental health counseling program. As a counselor, Celia hopes to use creative counseling and experience-based learning techniques to help adolescents and young adults as they transition into adulthood. Eve Perdikaris. Akira Rahim. Ashley Roberts. Ashley is a doctoral student in the Counselor Education and Supervision program. Ashley has supervised and co-led courses on grief and loss, as well as play therapy. Brenda Vance. Jessica Williams. Kelsey Williams. Kelsey finished their fourth semester of the Rehabilitation Counseling Program with an anticipated graduation date of May 2021. Kelsey became aware of disability as an identity and societal stigmas related to disability after their mom acquired a rare and untreatable neuromuscular condition. Since then, they have come to proudly identify as a hard of hearing person with chronic pain and probable ADHD. After graduation, they hope to gain employment as a public vocational rehabilitation counselor, move into an electric wheelchair accessible home with their mom, and become actively involved in the disabled and deaf communities and advocacy efforts near home. Mia Williams. Stephanie Yates. Ellen Young. Ellen has been a classical singer, elementary school volunteer, alternative high school instructor, and warehouse worker. She is married and a mother of 2 adult children. She earned a Bachelor of Fine Arts from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee and a Master of Arts in Education from Marian University in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Her interests are in the arts and psychodynamic psychotherapy. Ellen has earned 30 credits in the clinical mental health counseling program. She hopes after an internship, perhaps in a hospital setting, to serve in a private practice setting. Please join us in congratulating our new members of Chi Sigma Iota. Nothing gives us greater joy than working with our colleagues and seeing them succeed in the midst of challenges. So many of you balance a wide range of responsibilities such as school, work, families, and advocacy, and those successes are seen in our community. We witness the amount of effort and hard work that each of you put in, and we are so proud. Admission into this organization indicates that you are making a commitment to continue promoting scholarship, research, professionalism, advocacy, and excellence in counseling. Let this be an opportunity to recognize high achievement in the pursuit of academic and clinical excellence in the profession of counseling. By being an active and engaged member, you'll likely find this to be a much more rewarding experience, and you'll add to the richness of Chi Sigma Iota. With that, we hope that each of you will take the skills you have learned through your time in Chi Sigma Iota and your time here in the school, mental health, rehabilitation, and counselor education and supervision programs, and share them with others in your future. You are all remarkable individuals, and we are so honored to be part of that growth. We hope that you continue to push yourself and find opportunities to bring your ideas to life. We are proud of the step you've taken today, and we hope it is one of many among your journey. Although we had to change formats for our initiation ceremony, we are excited for the involvement you will be able to experience under our new executive board. We are glad to welcome Precious Bradley as president, Sadamini Agarwal as vice president, Sherazazi Dyson as treasurer, Isis Hernandez as secretary, Emily Salomon as returning marketing chair, and Cassandra Kavanaugh as membership chair. New members, in addition to your certificate and pin, you are also able to receive CSI graduation cords upon receipt of your local dues. Be on the lookout for an email from your new treasurer during the fall semester. Congratulations on your membership in the Rho Alpha Kappa chapter of Chi Sigma Iota.